I'm a freak when I'm talking to myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing all alone, but it's like I couldn't see straight on my own. When I fall, we start again, and when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again, and now I see it's in my head. Yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in my say. Yeah, it surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I got something to share, like a whisper in my head, when I'm unable to speak, coming from somebody else. Now no, it is just stronger than myself. That's the way I have to live. Now they fall down every night. In the end, I'm not alone, and that's my life. When I fall, we start again. And when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again. And now I see it's in my head. Yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in my say. Yeah, it surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I got something to share.
No complaints on yourself, Extremes. Is I'm also used to games generally starting a little bit later, but it's great to have a VS game on time, and two really good teams as well. Leetpro versus xTc, not Team A and Team B as the overlay may suggest. Just making sure that all angles are being watched. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a very important angle, that monster. But we do see that the bomb has gone through to bathrooms, and xTc are very deep there already. And it does to seem like there's going to be an execute there with the players pushing onto site. This is going to cause the rotate from the B bomb side. Banana's tapping away, he finds one, but unfortunately taken out instantly with Spaz finding the frag, and the bomb has gone down. xTc 3 versus 4, they do have the bomb down. That's just the kind of round that they would like to have on the T side here of Overpass.
The bomb is down, of course, but this is a numbers advantage for the CTs here on the retake, and there's Crick with the kill, and a lot of damage being done here by these Ts, and it's actually gone down into a 2v1 situation. How'd this happen?
I have no clue, but Zio 25 a second. That is a fantastic job there by Zio finding the clutch. He does have the kit as well. This is going to be defused, and Leetpro are going to pick up the pistol after a very good start by xTc, getting the bomb down, also trading out frags. But at the end, Zio with the 1v2 clutch, and Leetpro get the first round on the board here.
Indeed, and thanks for mentioning that, Mr. Tripp. Appreciate you letting us know that you can hear me. I'm not used to having to do any production anymore after doing ESL for a couple months. So, as you notice, not much activity on the channel because both myself and Penguin have been off doing ESL Southeast Europe. You've been doing Hearthstone and occasionally subbing in to help me out on the CSGO.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Captain America for you, really.
Yep, you are the hero that we deserve. This is true. Don't know what we did to deserve it, but there's that, of course.
I mean,
But
we could also go the other way. That I'm kind of like Ant-Man as the hero that we don't want, but we got anyway.
wow, I enjoyed Ant-Man, I'll have you know.
I enjoy Counter-Strike, and I mean, these are two very good sides. Also got to see what they're like on LAN as well. During the Vodacom 4U Cup that was held at Rush.
Mm-hmm.
And first real view that we got to see of teams on LAN. And let's be honest, Leetpro seems to be so dominant. And this is going to be the execute through Monster. There's a little bit of trading here, but this SMG is doing tons of work. Takbok is going to use the FAMAS, pick himself up a nice 2k there. Banana's getting the final frag, and Leetpro, simple round for them. They did drop 2 players by the look of things. So not a bad round for them either way.
A little bit of damage done, but of course, thanks to the bomb plant in round 1, we will have AKs in the hands of xTc up against a less stellar buy from the CT side of Leetpro, but of course they do have a little bit of money built up thanks to that. Not much though, because they only kept 1 player alive in that first round, so they could actually be in a little trouble if they lose this round.
Yeah, and I mean, to make matters worse, the side of Leetpro have got 3 SMGs, so they can still farm up a lot of money as well. So you're going to go with the spray, isn't going to find the body of Koos, who is not Koos actually, that is Viking, if anybody wants to know.
Oh, here's a push from Slurry. This is something that he likes to do regardless of weapon, and he walks right into the crosshair there and nearly catches Crick. Anyway, Crick nearly caught napping, but he gets the headshot in the end.
Yep, but he has been put down really low. So, I mean, these SMGs, it's still in here for Leetpro. I mean, if Tianki or even Takbok with the other FAMAS, I mean, those 2 players could still be taken down by one of them. And if that's the case, you can bring it right back to a 3v3. But I don't know if it's going to be too likely at this point.
I think the issue for them is that the best weapon they have is in the hands of a player that's on 40 HP. So unless Bananas does something crazy, it's probably not going to work. And also looking at his position here, he could be very easily undone. It's a position you can get walked past on in bathrooms if you're not careful. So the bomb is right by him though, so there is that at least.
Yeah.
It won't come on. I just said it. He finds the bomb. What the hell? That unraveled a little bit, and there's 20 seconds now, so these T players do need to do some work, and both of them are low there towards bathrooms as well.
Yeah, Bananas is holding it very close. He finds the first frag.
Bananas!
Only finding 2, but Crick is going to be able to respond. But unfortunately, just 10 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this. Tianki holding a Rapper Optimus is going to spray. He's going to find, but Crick is going to be taken down just before the timer actually runs out. And Leetpro pick up the 3rd round. A very close round. They dropped a lot of players, so money might hurt them a little bit. But that was a round that xTc really needed after going all in on that buy.
Geez, Bananas with a tremendous amount of luck there on the timing. As he decides to abandon that position, he walks right in behind the player with the bomb. And that is so dangerous to have your bomb carrier alone. That pretty much wrecked them, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably the biggest thing that will push her down into lower. Tianki going to find himself 2 frags. Slowy is going to find himself 1 with the AWP. So Leetpro off to a good start, and with Tianki on the MP9, he's just going to farm up a lot of cash here. And that's going to be the 4th round for Leetpro. Leetpro looking very strong at the moment.
Cha-ching. They needed that money as well, considering how much pain they took in the early rounds. Despite the fact that they're leading, money was still under a bit of pressure in that last round. So, again, Banana's the hero, gotta say. 41 HP, gets himself 3 kills there, essentially, which is insane. There's just no way that could happen, but Bananas is the kind of player that can pull that off. And also to all you guys who joined us, thank you for joining us for VS Gaming Masters. It was announced pretty late because I was supposed to cast with Recoils. I wanted to hear me and Recoils cast together, and then his computer broke, so I got Penguin instead.
Yep.
Ooh, with an aggression.
Takbok Zeo finding himself. Zip at least trades out 1, but unfortunately the body advantage is with Leetpro. Zeo is tagged down a little bit, but I don't think that is going to matter too much. But the bomb is down, and I think the CTs would have at least spotted it, but the smoke is at least going to allow Zip to recover the bomb back in the hands for xTc, but still with the body down.
It's quite aggressive of him to continue to peek this angle, because you'd presume that they would be there, maybe looking to hold the bomb, but they've done the right thing, Leetpro, and actually backed away. Often you'll see players will try to camp the bomb, but usually, unless it's in a very defensible position, that's actually a bad idea. This is not matchmaking, kids.
Just have to make sure we clarify that, right?
Yeah, in matchmaking, it's a good idea, but at this level, no, don't do it, because that also means that the enemy knows exactly where to come, because it says on their radar that's where the bomb is.
Baz is he's got a very nice position. I don't know if Zio actually knows he's there. I highly doubt it, considering the angle that he's holding. And if only Spaz knew, if he was to peek out, he would be able to find himself pretty much an easy frag. And there we go. He does come out. Timing, unfortunately, he's going to undo him, but Spaz is taking a lot of damage from the fire. Slowly mixes a very good absorb shot, but he does find it eventually. Crick is going to trade him out, and that is going to be the 2v2 now. And I think the bomb is going to go down. Yep, bomb has gone down here, as it's going to be a retake here for Leetpro. Tuckbook, a player that you definitely want on a retake, as well as Bananas. So Leetpro very much can still do this, except for when Zip Zip is firing off shots like that.
Suckbook, no, he's low. He gets the first one, but he's low himself, and he could get caught on the jump here. It is a 1v1, both players low, and there's plenty of audio cues for Zip Zip to work with, and he gets the kill. That's finally around for xTc, but you gotta say there, though, that was closer than they would have liked.
That was incredibly close. At least xTc do get their first round on the board. It is 4-1 to the side of Leetpro. But xTc getting their first round, they have recovered the AWP as well, and it looks like it is going to go into the hands of Zin here. And money's still looking a little bit dire here. They're going to have to pick out the Galil here for Spaz, but Zin on the AWP.
Yeah, Zin with that weapon. Nobody lowers this time. Crick has had a fair bit of punishment dealt to him, and he's dealt a fair bit of punishment in lowers in the last few rounds, actually. They've been quite aggressive, have Leetpro, in this round, deciding not to. You look at that buyout of Leetpro, Slurry usually holding an AWP, holding a CZ, and you got TNQ with the AWP. Yep.
A little bit of an odd buy, but with this buy, I mean, we can still... Ooh. Zip, assuming that there would be a player boosted there, just looks up, spots the head of Bananas, and takes him out. I mean, Bananas isn't losing too much. He was the player with EZ, though. No, it was Slowy with the
yeah, it just dropped out of the sky. It was like, oh, thanks, I got a weapon.
Still a player that
Magic.
you want on the M4. Ooh, he has spotted a player, though, coming through mid. I don't know if he's going to ask for any sort of company, but I think he's definitely spotted two players there.
You can always see with Slurry his natural inclinations always to be aggressive, so taking aggressive peeks, and as I say that, takes another one and gets himself a kill. So there's equalized the numbers now, and xTc have been really slow in this game so far with their execute, so they've now decided by the look of it to go downstairs towards B, and you'll see the rotation coming in, but the smoke is going to delay them substantially, and it's going to help Zero out massively here.
Oh, he does get the one, but then pops through. Finds a very quick scope with that AWP. So he has found one frag, but I think this is going to allow the bomb to actually get planted here. And Leetpro don't have the numbers to retake this. So he has gone through. He has been able to find one. He has been able to spot two. He's found the second one as well. This is doing great work here. And Tionki closes it out here, picking up the fifth round here for Leetpro.
Well, that was hardcore on the retake, you got to say. Slurry and Tionki knocking him over. And Slurry, hero of that round, he got himself the M4 gifted from the heavens above, as Bananas got his hair trimmed, and from there he put it to fantastic use.
It went for a little bit of a fade, except it wasn't a normal fade that you would get at the bar, but it was a fade into the next round at least, where you can see him now. But Leetpro still got a demanding lead. It's 5-1. And xTc have just gone for a bit of a pistol buy, a little bit of utility, maybe just to try and get onto a bomb site, at least with a flash or two. But it looks like it's just going to be a full steamroll down A long here.
It's interesting to me just how limited Leetpro's economy is still, though, despite the lead there. Tuckbook on a deagle.
I mean, that's one thing that xTc have been doing. I mean, they've been making these rounds incredibly expensive, at least. As they do get onto the site here, Slowy does find the tag, but he's going to pull out the CZ. Completely destroys Crick. But they do have Tuckbook rotating him from the back here. He only has that deagle, though. But honestly, going to find himself two frags here. Oh, sorry, one. Or I was going to say that he finds the second one. Ignore me. But
numbers are hard, man.
Numbers are hard on a Sunday evening. It's 6-1 to Leetpro. And that's going to do wonders for the economy. I mean, not dropping any players is really, really good, especially on the CT side, where it just seems to be a little bit more pricey, considering you always need to have that utility, the diffusal kits, etc. But they are going to do what they can with it. Tuckbok is going to be gifted a M4, so he'll at least be all right. Money's not that great, though.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. It's interesting to see Tian on the secondary AWP still. Typically you'd say Zio is going to be the guy. Yeah, Zio actually was mentioning his name, getting really aggressive towards Fountain there. So he's taken a fair bit of map control away from xTc.
Yep, he's basically playing Monopoly and just buying as much property as he can at the moment. And he's basically just told the guys, like, I've pushed, I haven't spotted anybody. And that's allowed a lot of rotates to go through here to the B bomb site. So Leetpro are so ready for this this B aggression that we could potentially see out of xTc here. And all of this utility going to be used.
Oh, we hit him!
Ooh!
He hit him through the wall. Banana's now receiving some unwanted guests, you'd say. And he's knocking him over. Gets the first, gets the second as well. And he's looking for a bit more here, but he's going to get denied finally. 2v2 post-plant situation, except it hasn't been planted, and it could all be undone by Zio.
Yep, Zio is returning through short. He has been able to spot the one. I don't know if they know where the last player is, but Tuckbok is going to spot him and just go straight out with the M4. And that is going to be the 7th round here for Leetpro. Leetpro looking so dominant at the moment. Oh, man.
Ouch. Yeah, if you guys are just joining us and you're wondering why the game has started, for some reason it actually did start at 8 o'clock. I don't know what it is. It's never happened. It's never happened to me before. Title
It happens
of...
very rarely. No.
We won't go there. We won't go there.
We were having a lot of those jokes before going live. We are not going to continue those extremes.
Okay, we will not. Slowy posted up here looking for somebody to walk in his crosser, and of course these players don't really have much to work with other than the P250s and a single deagle. So looking at it, this is the map choice of xTc. It's a map that they were always strong on in the past, but sort of abandoned for a lot of last year. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working for them against Leetpro so far.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, he's going to hear the door open and going to swing to his right. Going to find the suspecting body of Zin. Drops him down, and it's still a 5v3. So we're going to pick aggressively. Viking. As Spaz is put to sleep in the bottoms. And Bananas is going to find Crick cowering in the lowers. As Leetpro pick up the 8th round for themselves.
Yep, they're making it look easy for themselves so far. I see Panorama still occasionally freaking out. I don't know if it's doing it for you, where some of the weapons blank out. So hopefully we got the scaling right. I've actually costed a bunch of tournaments lately where the scaling was off. So that ESL tournament is triggering me a little bit. So do let me know if you notice anything wrong with the HUD. Maybe I need to resize it again or whatever.
Ooh, Banana's taking a little bit of damage.
This is so aggressive.
Wow, Leetpro are just getting so aggressive here down long and mid. They're able just to take so much control of the map that it just pushes xTc into one side. And just because of that, they generally can have one player posted at least to check if there's anything that's going to happen onto the A bomb side. And just like that, it's pretty much tickets. I mean, restricting the T's, especially on this map, is huge.
Yeah, they're just, you can see they're feeling it at the moment. They're just pushing with abandon, and why not? They're bossing most of the encounters. There've been a bunch of close rounds, actually, to be fair, but in pretty much all the clutch situations, barring one, they've won out quite easily. So
I think a lot of this is possibly also got to do with their form. I mean, we were talking a little bit earlier about the Vodacom 4U Cup that they were in. Oh.
Crick, that is just the worst. He just looks away at that moment. So he comes out, not even looking at him, and then realizes he's there.
Yep, that is just unfortunate timing. But we'll talk about that Vodacom 4U Cup a little bit later as this round is still going. Spaz has at least been able to find one player. Has been tagged down a little bit, but a 1v4, he's going to have to pull out some huge miracles if he's going to want to actually win this round. Ooh, getting toasted a little bit, keeping his feet warm on the winter's evening.
Jeez, I need a bit of that. Hey, I'm going to turn my heater back on when this map is done. And talking about done, Spaz is done. Down he goes. So 9-1 here. This VS Masters encounter, the first game of the season, basically, of leg 4. I mean, if we're talking season overall, it's been going on all year, but this is the 4th leg, and what it means is it means qualification for Masters at Comic-Con.
Yep, everybody looking forward to that. But going back to the form of Leetpro, I mean, we saw what they were capable with on LAN, taking energy pretty much the full way. With I think they decided basically being on a overpass, and it meant that Black Poison had to get something like 40 frags on this map.
42.
42 frags for him to get through this round.
Oh.
Tuckbook going for the spray, unfortunately doesn't find two. He does find one, but traded out by Zin.
Yeah, nice and easy does it. There's at least a spare rifle there for xTc to work with, because they did go into this round with 3 pistols, so not the greatest of buy on their side at all. But nonetheless, they've got enough now in terms of resources to maybe get themselves onto this B-bomb site. Not going for any fakes or anything like that. They're just going straight in, and there's Zin with the first kill.
Yeah, this is the perfect executor to the side. Zip is going to shut down Dianki, cowering by the toxic barrels, but Banana's going to be pushing through from, I don't even know, under A? I don't even know what that area is really called, but Banana's warming up his feet. Crick posting here by Sandbags. But I think Leetpro, I was just about to say, might even want to consider saving this, but they've been able to find one.
He hit him.
Slowy.
Oh, this could be... Oh, slowly gets him, but gets traded instantly. That was way too close, but there's at least another round for xTc. The only issue for them, again, is keeping one player alive is not helping the money, and the best possible scenario they can hope for here is 9-6, which would actually be okay, but it doesn't look likely, does it?
No, it doesn't look likely at the moment. They at least did get a buy there because of the bomb going down. Zin has at least got extra money in the bag because he was able to recover that AWP. So they've at least got that going for them. But Leetpro have decided to not go with... Ooh, Tuckbook. That grenade has done so much damage to Viking. Not Quiz, as just getting boosted and jumping, throwing that HE.
He has an attempted entry from the classic entry fragger, but he's going to get entried on. Zio, the flash actually mistimed there. He's completely flashed, but he got the kill nonetheless.
Yeah. Fantastic work here by Leetpro. Zin pushing scoped up already with the AW.
Did he just shoot his teammate?
He just shot Spaz.
That is the worst, man.
That I don't know. I mean, if Leetpro... If anything, they'll be able to take a little bit of information that there's possibly another player there.
So the thing we got to also look at here is the next map pick, which is, of course, the pick of Leetpro, and it's Dust 2. And I'd say at the moment, they are probably the best Dust 2 team locally that I've seen. So I think if you're xTc, you got to win this map. You just have to. And right now, they don't feel like winners looking at that score.
Yeah, and xTc have been very good on this map in the past. I mean, one of the most iconic games we've seen on this map was against Goliath Gaming. If you remember that one, where
oh my word,
Zip and Spaz went absolutely insane in the game. And as I mentioned, Zip he goes around, he finds one, but immediately trade an Archer. Spaz is going to find another frag here, and the bomb is going to go down. He's actually going to be planting in the smoke to make it a little bit more safe. At least the bomb has gone down here. Spaz going to run away, but I think he's made a little bit of noise and the players will know exactly where he is.
Yep. Jinx. Anyway,
Yep.
making it look nice and easy there. 10-2 VS Masters is what you're watching. And if you're surprised that you've just joined us and the game is just about half over, it's because it actually started on time. And that's the last time I'm saying that, because I'm still astounded. Usually we wait half an hour.
Flabbergasted.
I know, man. We shouldn't even be casting yet. I was still busy making tea, and then they just started playing.
Looks like you're going to have to waste a few more of your electrical units.
That's only because I ran out of coffee. I don't drink tea like on purpose. Just saying. Meanwhile, the save.
What he's saying is send him coffee as Leetpro basically just push on to side. Zio did get a bit of a team kill there, but other than that, a very clean round for Leetpro.
Yep, Zio would have had himself the quad kill had he not killed his teammate, but that's all good. It's all's fair in, well, there's no love here. It's just war, pretty much. I don't want to go with that. I don't think they love each other, do they?
I won't comment.
Okay, well, let's comment on the score. The score looks pretty scary if you're xTc, considering the next map is going to be Dust 2, and Leetpro have been looking fantastic on Dust 2, unlike that nade there, but it's been looking pretty easy for them so far, and Tianqi making it continuing to make it look easy. Words are hard.
Words are hard, numbers are hard. I think just everything in general on a Sunday evening is not the greatest, yeah. But Leetpro again, just looking so good at the moment. Tianqi going to be put onto sandbags, yeah. I wonder if there's not going to be a little bit of like a double boost.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. They're both holding towards short, so that means if anybody walks out of the monster area, they're probably going to get dropped. And talking about getting dropped, Zin there, not shooting a teammate for a change, gets himself bananas. Bananas has been so dangerous so far. And Spaz got himself out there and got a kill on Zio. So that's pretty big. Slowy though, what? How did he do that?
What? Like, I mean, he did have to see a little bit of fractions there, but he was able to find the frag, getting a little bit of the wall bang. That was a fantastic shot, yeah. Ooh. Takbok holding up here to see if any player does come through the doors. And as I say that slow, he's going to find himself a frag with that AWP, and it's Zin left alone in a 1v2. He does have that, that grenade I don't think was quite as planned, and I think Zin will at least now know where the player is. And he gets a fantastic headshot onto Takbok, and it's just Slowy left alone against Zin in a 1v1. And I wonder if he knows where the player is going to be coming from. Slowy.
Ooh! Tries the flick, fails, and then takes the shot through the box here. But time is absolutely of the essence here. Zin has to take this fight, and does he want to take it with Slowy, with the form that he's been in? Slowy bladding away with that gun, and he's going to try to get away, and I think Zin he's bottled it. He can't get the plant here. He doesn't realize he hit him, and oh my word, that is just the worst thing that could have possibly happened for Zin.
If he knew that he had actually got him through the wall there, or at least the bin, and put him down onto 2 HP or 7 HP or whatever, I think he would have got out the Glock a lot sooner and gone for the repick. But unfortunately, Tama going away there as a Leetpro pick up their 12th round on the CT side on overpass. There, or it was xTc's map pick overpass, but you wouldn't say it is looking at the scoreline at the moment.
Indeed. And, I was going to greet somebody in chat, but there's a greeting from Bananas and a reply from Zin. So 4v4 here, but Zio's not looking to keep anybody alive on the other team, and they're being aggressive. Look at Tianqi pushing up here as well. You got to play the Jaws music right now.
Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Crickers, and he's got a UMP and a Deagle. He finds only the one frag in the round as Leetpro pick up their 13th round at the half. Man, they are looking so strong at the moment. Don't seem to be anywhere.
Oh my word. Yeah, getting some lovely Counter-Strike music right now. I don't know about you.
Yep, I got
Panorama
that.
UI.
Panorama, let's give CS:GO dev, something. Panorama looks really good, but man, with all the music playing everywhere at the moment, it kind of hurts me as well.
Just a little bit. But again, we do thank you guys for joining us. xTc versus Leetpro. And Leetpro on the T side now. This is the first map of this VS Masters encounter. And it is pistol round here. Spaz, he's already looking for some action, and he might be finding a little bit more than he wants.
Yep, I mean, that's literally taking a bite bigger than what you can actually handle. What is it? Yeah, your eyes are bigger than your stomach is what my grandparents used to say over Sunday lunches.
Yep, and there's Spaz, and he did exactly that. Took a big bite and got his head bitten off.
Oh, but as you say, the head zip finds Tianqi's. This is at least a trade out here. But Leetpro still haven't committed to anything just yet, but the bomb is very close here to the big bomb side. Ooh, Takbok, great entry there onto Zip. Finding him. Bananas is going to switch up to the USP, and he's going to tap away and find Viking as well. This is fantastic work here from the Leetpro side, and it's going to be 2v3. Zin and Crick left alone. Zin finds the head of Bananas though, so all of a sudden this is highly impossible for the CT side here. xTc are going to push up slowly onto the side, at least making their way. One player's made himself known. Both players now know where everybody is. Zin is getting tagged quite heavily, but unfortunately he's going to find the one body. Takbok is spamming away with his USP, but unfortunately he cannot find the frag. Crick shuts him down, tagged all the way down to half HP. But without the kit, I think he does still have the defuse here.
Yeah, he definitely has it in the bag, and that is at least another round in the bag for xTc. You got to feel good for them, at least that they're getting some rounds, but still with only 3 on the board. I'd be a bit worried. And G-Max, I appreciate that. You are nice as well, and your casting is even nicer, my good man. I'm not usually that nice to
G-Max.
G-Max, am I?
No, you're not nice to him, and like at all.
Dude,
People saw the
I hugged
WhatsApp
him
group
and
that
I-
you were in with him.
Dude, I hugged him at Metal State and I touched his ass. That was very nice. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure he enjoyed it as well as so did Ashley, if she was there.
She was
But
not there.
nevertheless, oh, okay. That probably explains a lot. Then xTc have decided to return the aggression on with Leetpro here as they push up. But Leetpro have at least been able to find one frag. Ooh, Tuckbook has got very aggressive here with the CZ, and he is going to find a frag. Wow. All of a sudden, it's very possible for Leetpro, especially on this this pistol buy. Ooh. As I say, that Spaz just decimated Tianki.
This is all very confused and very confusing as Tuckbot gets himself a kill there as well. 2v2 now. There are rifles available here for xTc. But they are not confused as to the whereabouts of these players. But through the smoke is Spaz. And now 1v1 for Slurry on 13 HP. Time is a wasting.
Oh my word, I think Slurry actually played that perfectly. There's no more time left, and Crick is going to have to run. Even though he had the defuse kit, he might actually die to the bomb as well. He stays alive, but wow.
Yeah, things were really disjointed there. As you were saying, xTc got super aggressive and pushed up, and in so doing, they got flanked through lowers there. I don't think they had anybody covering, and that just gave the side away for free. So, unfortunate for them. It looked to be working initially, but past that, well, things did not work so well. And also, you could see a symptom of things not working so well on their T side. Their entry frag, a Viking on 2 kills.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a struggle at the end of the day. The Leetpro also playing incredibly well, and as we say, that Crick gets absolutely decimated by bananas, puts him 6 feet under in lowers at least.
Yeah, you got to say, like, the way it looks right now, Leetpro are pretty much within touching distance of taking this one, and Viking nearly got himself something there, but going to Dust 2, geez, man, Leetpro have looked so good on Dust 2. I don't know enough about xTc to say definitively that Leetpro would have their number there, but Leetpro managed to beat Goliath just before that rush. Ooh, zip. But right before rush, they beat Goliath, and Leetpro had a sub, and it was like it was quite a dominating victory as well. So everything we've seen sort of suggests Leetpro are good at Dust 2.
Yep, but we're definitely going to be seeing that in the next match.
Viking
Viking posted, yep, in the smoke. He does
What?
find one. He finds the second one with his deagle. How could he go unseen there? And he's pretty much given xTc at least a lifeline back into this. He should be able to recover. Because rotated all the way up into heaven. And I don't know if xTc are absolutely aware of this. Zin is posted and he's going to find one player at least. But he has been tagged up pretty heavily. Tuckbook is going to find himself one and has left himself here in a 1v2. 1v1 at least.
going for quite an open plan. That was quite ballsy. I think he's seen him now. And that's really smart from the xTc players in running away there to just bait a little bit more time out of him. And we had a little bit of a server wobble there for a second.
Tuckbook 1v1. He knows exactly where Zin is. And he's going to become aggressive. And it's going to work out for him. Leetpro pick up their 15th round. They have got, what is it? 10 match points? Or 11 match points at the moment?
Lots.
That's just, it's a lot.
It's 12, by the way. Your maths is very broken, but
I don't want to talk about it. I was like, do I include this round or don't I? And it just got bad, right? It's been a terrible day in terms of sports for me.
I see. Well, looks like it's been a good day for Leetpro, and in they go there. They do eat a flash, though, so it's going to slow them up, but not nearly enough. There's a beautiful headshot from Tianki, and a deagle coming out there from Viking. We mentioned his name, and he's gotten 3 kills in the last couple of rounds, but things still going Leetpro's way, yeah, pretty emphatically.
Yep, it's 4v3 here. Slowy has been able to get the bomb down. He has spotted a play. Ooh, and goes and taps, and he does at least tag up Crick a little bit. He's only got a mag 7, but is taken down. Zin, with that scout in heaven, is not going to find anything. Slowy is hitting anything that moves at the moment. And Spaz has been pushed away. And I think this is pretty much going to be signed, sealed, delivered for Leetpro at the end of the day. Spaz is going to have to play retake. It does find 2 though.
What?
All of a sudden, is this very possible? He's definitely heard the AK sound. He's going to go. He does find it. All of a sudden,
What?
it's possibly winnable. But I don't know if the time is going to play in his part here. It's not going to at all. Tianqi going to shut him down. And that's going to be a very dominant win here for Leetpro. 16-3 on Overpass, which was the map pick of xTc.
Ouch. Well, that is quite the slap. Quite the
Man.
emphatic one indeed. But hey, we're going to go to a break, I think, and we'll come back in just a bit with map 2.
Yep, it's going to be Dust 2. Can't wait.
The sun has blazed my shoulders, it's hanging my shadow from the vagaries of my past. It's a story that's so familiar to anyone who's seen and done the same. So I'll explain how with a sense of avarice I walk forward towards my life. I could walk through every wall. I was 6 feet tall, outstripped them all, but I always wanted more. With the lies of the women are well to burn, but the rules don't apply to some. I did too much, it sparked a flame and the world fired it up. But I'm on my way, withering from the flames, and I can't complain, for I'm a son of avarice. son of avarice. But I'm on my way, with a rip from the flames, and I can't complain, for I'm a son of avarice. I'm a son of avarice. The sun has blazed my shoulders, it's hanging my shadow.
And it does seem as if we are back, Mr. Penguin. Are you back?
I most definitely am. I'm kind of disappointed that you didn't cast the knife round.
I didn't want to cast the knife round. Knife rounds are boring. Don't care. Not interested.
They're a crucial and fundamental part of Counter-Strike. You should want to.
No, it should just be a coin toss. I kid.
That's
Anyway,
RNG.
it's pistol round here. Leetpro on the T side. They, of course, won the first map 16-3 against xTc, who are on the CT side and going for quick long control, yeah.
Yeah, long, very important part of the map for the T's to control. You'll often see teams in ESL that get as much control of long as possible because it does allow, it pushes CTs back, and they really do need all the space they can get here. Sin having a little bit of a battle in pit with the player there. It looks like that's Bananas. So Bananas tapping with a Glock, getting a bet. Ooh, I was going to say the best of him until Bananas took a hefty tap there.
Indeed. And this is a very, very slow round with not much going on, but it looks like something is about to go on here towards B just about. Blading away through the smoke there. Slurry's actually been dropped pretty low, but these players are very far back considering they're holding Glocks.
Yeah, Slurry does find one. Zen is going to find. Crick is going to help solidify the defense on the B bomb
And
side.
there's the fake.
Both. Oh, wow. There we go. There we go. There it is there. My game just froze up for a moment there. But Tuckbook is going to find the frag, and this is going to be the bomb plot on the A bomb site. That's fantastic work here by Leetpro. Ooh, Tianqi has spotted two of the CT players. They know exactly where two of them are. It's just the last player, which I think they've now spotted. Now they know exactly where everybody is. Tianqi is going to find an amazing first frag. He knows where the other player is in elevator. He's going to be having a little bit of fight with him. Fortunately, not going to come out just yet. Oh, and as I say that, he does find the frag, and this is great work here from Leetpro on the T side here. And they're going to be put back into a 1v2. Tuckbook holding just nice and tight here against the boxes, and he's going to peek out and find the head of Spaz. And that's going to be the first round, the pistol round for the T's here. 1-0 to Leetpro.
I don't like this. I have to do my own production. I prefer having other people do it.
Oh,
Do you want to do my production for me?
no.
Anyway.
Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it.
So looking at that last round, Leetpro with probably the most expensive fake I've ever seen, losing 3 players before they get the 2 players from A long into the bomb site, and they still won it anyway. It just shows you the individual aim of these players. They just seem to be bossing every engagement. And I wouldn't say that xTc are any worse. It's just right now, Leetpro are winning all these engagements, and they're winning again on the entry. Zero and Tuckbook getting the first 2, and that bomb site is now locked.
Yeah, the B bomb site on Dust 2 also such an incredibly difficult site to actually to retake. And as I say, that Zio is going to find himself another corpse, the corpse of Zin at least, and with it Mac 10 as well. Going to just farm up a little bit of money. So and this is just going to be a save. I think xTc are just trying to save that armor, but I don't think Tianqi wants them to do that.
No, he wants to bank himself some money with that Mac 10. Of course, you get the extra kill reward there, the 600 instead of the standard 300. But they seem to know exactly where they are, so I don't think they're going to live for that much longer.
Oh,
And
wow,
actually,
they
what? As I said that, they've decided no,
No.
we're just not going to check the one place on the map.
Go back, Leetpro. Go back.
What
You
is
see
this?
them.
Strangeness.
Very strange round, but Leetpro still come out on top. That's 2-0 to them at the moment. Getting another bomb down. All this is doing for their economy is just boosting it. They can be able to get so much money, and there's going to be a lot of unarmored players here on xTc, so which means those SMGs are going to do a ton of work. Oh, Zip actually got tagged by Bananas. That's going to be fantastic. That just means those SMGs are going to do even more work on him. Spaz has pushed up very aggressively onto Catch, and he's going to spam with a deagle. Unfortunately, not going to find Bananas. If Bananas is going to just somehow walk away on a 1 HP.
Just clinging to life there. Just an HP away from death. A singular HP. But
I think if somebody coughs in his direction, he'll die at this stage. Crick got to find something with that 5-7, but unfortunately, that's all he's going to find as he's immediately traded out here. Takbok, ooh, does some good work with that AK-47. As xTc have only got 3 players left. Viking is going to find a frag, and Spaz is doing it. This is just seeming to fall apart here for Leetpro, but they have been able to get to 2. Zio tapping away with that Glock, but unfortunately can't find the frag at the end of the day. He's going to get the bomb down, though. That's important.
Well, that nade could find a kill, and it does, in fact, from Takbok. But this is such a messy round here. This could have been one, and it could still be one. There, Viking getting the kill. Now in a 1v1, and he wins it. There's just no way this should have happened. They were up against 4 USPs and a single upgraded pistol, and they lost it to Leetpro.
Yeah, Viking was able to find 3 frags as well in that round. That should not have been xTc's round. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication just caused the collapse there for Leetpro. But at the end of the day, their money is still looking really good. They are going to be able to go for a full buy here. xTc are going to be able to get somewhat of a similar buy, but unfortunately, the money's just not going to allow them to get the full utility that they would really like.
That still looks pretty good, though.
That's a very good.
Crick, he's just getting punished on that cross. Whoever crosses is getting hit, and as I say that, Zip gets hit as well. Jeez, Zio hitting everything through mid doors at the moment.
Somebody please check his client.
Well, there's a nice trade going on, at least, but that will help the T's out massively. 2 players tagged on B site. They won't necessarily know that, but always when there's equal numbers, it helps the T's big time because it's spreading that defense.
Yeah, a lot of mollies going down to Carb so that Leetpro once again can take control of this long area. And as we mentioned earlier on, it is a very key piece of area of map to actually have as the side.
Yeah, and we were talking about utility. Most of it already used up here for the CTs as well. They kind of went early, I guess you'd say. And well, somewhat of a difficult situation for them now because they've only got 3 flashes left on the map in general. So if they have to go for a retake, yeah, they're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, Zip alone on that. Well, he's got another player with him on that B bomb side. But as you mentioned, just there's only 2 flashes left. Leetpro still have a lot of utility that they can use to get a lot of real estate. And as I say that, Bananas puts Zip to sleep with a little bit of a headache. Viking doing a little bit of work here, but he's all still trapped in ramp. But yeah, walking out of that AWP is going to find he's hitting everything that moves at this point in time, and it's going to be a 1v3. The bomb should go down on this A side.
Yeah, Viking needed to basically get that kill, and he did everything that he should have done there, which was landing the headshot instantly. It's just a shame it's an M4 and not an AK, otherwise he would have gotten the kill. So not able to do enough, and in the post plant with the HP that Crick's got, there's no point in going for this at all. So they win 1 round and then immediately get set back.
Yep, and that's going to be a huge reset of the economy. Only going to be getting $1,900. So, I mean, if they want, they could force up possibly with a couple of upgraded pistols and everything. But, I mean, if you're going into double save territory, I think you may as well do that.
So what do you guys think about this blurry scoreboard and panorama? I don't like it. I don't know about you. I like the way the scoreboard looks, but I don't like the fact that it's blurry because I'm one of those habitual tab pushers. Can't see, man.
Same.
Yeah, it doesn't help when when you're casting as well, because you used to be able to see through the scoreboard. Now, if I hold tab, you guys can't see anything. Of
It
course,
looks pretty.
it's pretty, yes, and it's totally irrelevant. But I thought I'd mention that since this round is one that should be relatively irrelevant to the overall outcome of the game, it should not be a round that should be possible for xTc to win. But then again, we did see a round with pistols that they won. So
xTc at least this round decided to smoke mid. It did mean that Zia wasn't going to get any pot shots through, as if I'm not mistaken, CS:GO or the CS:GO devs did say that you need to smoke mid every day.
yes, they did actually. It is one of the more, I guess, controversial elements of this map, because it isn't really on any other maps that you can die so easily as you walk past the corner. But you could die if you walk into Crick, and he gets one but does not manage to pick up any more. So that should be the bomb site now firmly in the control there, because he was the only one there. Still slowly, but about to get run over, one would think, but the spray down coming in from Tianki from behind. He does a ton of damage and gets a kill, in fact.
Yeah, he does exactly that. He's going to spray away. He does get dinked up pretty heavily. He's on 11 HP, but Banana's going to be there. Unfortunately, just not in time to keep his friend alive. But it is still going to be the 4th round here for Leetpro. And as you mentioned in the previous map, Leetpro looking so strong at the moment on Dust 2. Possibly the best South African team on Dust 2. And xTc are going to need to start stringing a couple of rounds together if they're going to have any sort of way back into not only this match, but the whole series.
Yeah, so big nade landing then. Of course, this is a double save as well, so they've picked up scouts and deagles. But I don't know, for xTc again, they're just not bossing the exchanges in the way that you'd maybe have seen them do earlier in the year. They were looking so good, and talking about looking good, Spaz gets himself a kill. We didn't see it, unfortunately, but still a big battle going on here in tunnels.
Ooh, yep, Zio is at least going to find a frag with that P250, as the bomb has been able to be put down, or at least found its way onto the B bomb site. But unfortunately, a lot of damage being dealt still to the xTc players. There's 2 players that are on 50 HP who are pretty much below. As Slowly finds a frag through smoke, and I think that's just going to signal the save here. Maybe just try to get a few exit frags and maybe pick up a rifle or 2. It's the only real thing that xTc will be able to get out of this this map, or at least this round.
Yeah, they also had a kit and armor, I think, on Viking as well, so that's a little bit of extra value being lost there. And they are trying to lock them into the bomb site, but I just don't know if they've necessarily got the weapons to win this sort of fight.
No, I think they know exactly what is happening here, as they have to flash themselves out as the pro, but Slowly is going to find himself too. They have spotted the last player, which is Spaz, and Spaz is just going to try and do as much damage as possible. That he's also running with his tail in between his legs back into mid.
Well, he got the only kill courtesy of that scout, and that's all they do get out of the round. Saves himself a scout. Still Zip yet to get on the scoreboard here, unfortunately. But this will be their second buy, so let's see if xTc have a little bit more to offer now that they've got weapons and utility to burn yet again. So far, Leetpro have been bossing things.
Yep, they've been looking so dominant at the moment here. Leetpro 5-1. As here we go. It just seems like a nice big rush onto the A site, at least for the moment. A little bit of a nade on long. Slowly takes a little bit of damage, but it's the end of the day. Leetpro still looking very strong. They've got a lot of real estate at the moment. They've been able to get mid control. They've got, control of cat and short pretty much. Had long, but they decided to back away from that as well. They've got a lot of real estate, so they know more or less where the CT players are.
Again, the xTc team burning pretty much most of the utility just to take long control there early on, and not left with very little. No mollies to slow them down or anything, so they went 3 players to actually go for that long control. That has sacrificed short, and Bananas has dropped into CT as well. It's a classic tactic on an A-side tech, and that's going to start reaping some kills here. Bananas actually goes down, so Zips are finally on the board there. And maybe that can help in this retake attempt, but is it a retake when everybody's dead? Can there be a retake? I don't know about that. Only Crick left alive.
Crick is left alive, but the only thing that's going for him at the moment is that pretty much all the players are literally within a headshot range at the moment. Slowly having a bit of a fight here with Crick, but Crick is being tagged down quite a bit. He does find Tianqi, who was one of the low players, but Crick running away, you know, like a
thing that runs away.
I actually was going to say something. I had to slow myself down.
Did you slow yourself down? No, I'm sorry. That was bad.
There's a perfectly good GIF for this that we see often on Twitter, which
so
is of Anthrax.
No. Just no, right?
Exactly. It's just no. Oh. I think Tuckbox said the exact same thing to Crick. They're just shutting him down. They're 6-1 so far to Leetpro, and at the moment, it just doesn't seem that anything that xTc do is working out for them.
Yeah, not at all. Going again for the scout on Spaz. They're just going to upgrade some pistols, yeah, and hope to do some damage and maybe even win the round like they did in their only round win so far with some craziness. I'm talking about craziness. There's Spaz.
Wow, that was through doors and everything. Spaz, that is a fantastic way to start off the round. Oh, Crick is so flashed. I don't think he could see any color for days other than white. Pretty much from that point onwards. Oh, that nade is going to do a little bit of damage here. And Viking up top in mid is doing a little bit of damage with that. And it just seems like Leetpro are stuck in here at the moment. Tuckbook is on 1 HP and eventually going to go down now. Bananas is somehow going to survive. And all of a sudden it's a 2v2. But xTc can win it. Bananas is on a low HP. And he's going to recover that AWP.
So Tianqi holding the fort here in B. I think xTc have an inkling that it's probably going to be this because they haven't heard any noise come out of B. And it was, of course, smoked. And Tianqi peaks the angle perfectly. That's a beautiful headshot from him. Both these players low, however. And it's going to require Zin to hit shots with that P250, but he'll hit nothing. Leetpro now 7-1.
Nothing but the ground that his body hit there at the end. And Leetpro once again just solidifying their lead here. They're just getting further and further ahead here. Bank is starting to build up a little bit for them as well. They probably got 2 or so buys in them, even if they are to lose the next few ones. But Bananas nice. Is not going to be getting the best of Zip Zip as he finds him instead.
So those flashes will draw a little bit of attention. You can see the players being drawn over from A and actually calling an early rotate here. And slowly with the AWP shot will stop that rotate. You can see they were actually looking to bank on B. They're looking at the minimap, but a little bit of noise there mid draws their attention somewhat. And slowly, is he going to peek right into this? He is. That was a fast flick.
Man, that is so incredibly fast there from Slowy as he eventually does trade out. Zip Zip does go down also, who had that AWP in mid. Zin has got his own one now, but still no real commitment to a site yet. They still have a minute to play with, so Leetpro can still go wherever they want. They do have control of mid. They essentially got control of Cat as well. Flashes into mid. He's going to initiate the push here. Zoe finds Spaz. Words are hard, actually. We discussed this already. So he is going to get the bomb down. It's going to be a 2v2, so possible. But I think xTc have already considered that they're going to be saving this.
Well, now they are, I think. But Viking already very committed, so he'll get the 1 kill before he gets traded off. And another nail in the coffin. Coffin's being outfitted now. They're putting in the velvet padding and the Wi-Fi, because apparently you can order coffins with Wi-Fi nowadays for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Update your Facebook status while at the cemetery?
And Andrew Penguin is not dead. Status update. Anyway, there's a big nade landing. They're trying to rush towards long here, but it's not going to work at all. Zio and Duckbox shutting them down emphatically. And between Zip and Crick, they're left trying to pick up the pieces. Will they get a piece of Bananas? No, they won't.
Nope, not at all. It's just Crick left alone in a 1v5. This is just starting to turn in a little bit of a slugfest, but it just seems to be so one-sided at the moment.
Yeah, it really is one-sided, and I was saying it, you were saying it as well. Leetpro are really good on this map, so xTc didn't need to take to overpass. Need to take overpass if we were going to go to a third map, and well, third map would have been Inferno, which is that classic sort of decider map in a series. It's a map that everybody is okay with playing, and a lot of teams actually like. So you tend to see it. In fact, I think Thorin was saying a little while ago on Twitter that he would be okay with if Inferno was the third map to close every series, because it seems to be the third map to close every series in general.
Yep, and I mean, just so many teams are so good on Inferno. I mean, most teams are like, they're not going to ban it unless the team they're going up against is just insanely good on it, because it is just very iconic. But xTc are going to need to pull something together if they're going to want to bring this back. They do have the double AWP setup here, as xTc have been able to make up wood to get through here. Ooh, wow, Zip is holding very close with that AWP. Tuckbook taking a little bit of damage with the by the grenade. But Zip is going to peek out again, getting a little bit greedy. Bananas and Tianqi going to close him down. And that's just going to be the B bomb side. Tianqi actually rotated through, or pushed through from mid at least.
Wow, Slurry just sleeping Zin there instantly. Zin almost had the drop on him, but this B bomb side has been a real problem for them. They tend to get the first kill, and then from there it just degenerates, unfortunately, for xTc. So not able to keep their claws in that B bomb site, and they're left scampering away another round here. It's going to be 10-1. That looks pretty disastrous, if you ask me.
Yep, and xTc decided to actually stick on the CT side. I don't think there's enough statistics just yet to know whether the new Dust 2 is a little bit more CT sided or T sided. Ooh, Viking obviously seeing the shadow was able to take out Slowy here. But as you mentioned, 10-1 so far. Ooh, Spaz also finds a frag with the AWP, so they at least keep an AWP and a M4 alive, but not much else for them in terms of money.
Yeah, indeed. So we're going to be fully invested there. Lost bonus has long ago hit critical mass there for the CTs, so they still get somewhat of a buy here. And will they be able to stop the momentum? They could at least get 5 here if they're lucky, but they're not lucky so far. Slowy with the first, maybe even the second as well. He does get the second. There's the trade from Spaz.
Yeah, Spaz doing a lovely work here with his AWP. He's going to find another one. This is fantastic work here so far for him. Oh, that smoke. I don't know if it was quite planned like that, but Slowy is going to be expecting Spaz to repeat. Shuts him down. This is all of a sudden 3-2. Tuckbook pushing himself all the way through to middle. He's going all the way down into CT mid, and he's going to find himself one frag. Going to jump away. And I think he's just spotted the last player, Zip Zip, and that is just going to be information passed over to the T side, saying, listen, guys, this player was last seen now here. And Tuckbook warming up his own feet, by the look of things.
It's cold, it's winter. He's not going to be worried. He doesn't wear shoes, though, so his feet are probably cold, to be fair.
Yep, it looks like he wants to push through CT. He does get the one player. And
what?
Zip has been able to find a second headshot. All of a sudden, Zip Zip is
He's
come
got a
alive
kids as
here.
well. He could stick this.
I think he definitely can. I think that's just going to be the round here. I don't know if Tuckbook
Time. Oh! He got it. He got it. Oh, that was so close, but xTc get the round.
Wow, that was incredibly close. If like, wow, Tuckbook, if he was able to get there a millisecond earlier, I think he would have been able to get it and at least deny the bomb defusal. But xTc pick up their second round. The only unfortunate thing about that is that because there was only one player left alive, it doesn't do wonders for their economy, because this is just possibly going to be reset potential.
Oh, that's big. There's the kills coming in, and there's including a team kill as well, actually, funny enough. But xTc for once somewhat in the driver's seat a little bit. But the B bomb side, of course, the toughest bomb side probably in the game to retake. So definitely can't count the chickens before they've hatched, yeah.
Yeah, but the bomb has gone down. Zip is a little bit low. The smoke is just going to refill here by doors. Slowy holding up here by window. He's going to peek out, going to find himself one and drop away a little bit.
Oh, they're trying. That's the fake. Beautifully done by Slowy.
Oh, Zoe. Zio, it's been a long day. I'm sorry. Zio has actually just spotted a few pixels there of Zip Zip. Is going to shut him down. And that is going to be the 11th round here for Leetpro. Leetpro looking very confident in the driver's seat at the moment. 11-2.
Gotta like that little detail from Slurry jumping on the box there to make the player window think that he dropped down and drew him into his crosshair. Very nicely done. It's something you'll more often see in drop on Cobble, but of course this is the map that replaces Cobble, so why not do similar hijinks with the audio on Dust 2, the iconic Dust 2.
Yep, a map that pretty much everybody and plus some know about, even if they don't know too much about CSGO, but Zip Zip knows everything he needs to know to find a frag, and even Viking doing a little bit of work here with the Deagle, finding himself too, and all of a sudden it's a 5v3, and he's going to be able to recover that AK as well. Leetpro losing 2 bodies pretty much uncontested at the moment, but as I said, they do find 2 frags at the moment. Zip Zip is going to come and tap with that AK, going to find himself another one. It's going to be 2v3, but the bomb has at least gone down. xTc do have 2 rifles as well, so it is possible, but they're going to have to get moving right now.
Yeah, attack box is also pretty low as well, so there is some potential here. He's going to take the more aggressive position, hoping to take a fight, but he looks the wrong way at the wrong time, and there's Viking coming in. Triple kill for him, including a Deagle shot through to the head through the wall there earlier. But this will be an easy defuse for them, and finally a round for xTc.
All of a sudden, they've been able to pick up their 3rd round, but they've still got a big hill to climb at the end of the day. At the moment, you know, 3-11. They've still got a long way to go. Money is still very favorable here for Leetpro for the final round. They're going to be able to buy up whatever they want. Are they going to buy up 4 AWPs here?
Oh yeah,
did they just get 5?
Oh yeah, this is the classic Fnatic thing. Try take the shots through mid there and hopefully decimate the people attempting to cross. And they didn't hit anybody, so that was a bit of a waste. Didn't work out at all.
Yeah, Tian keep heating himself up more than usual. But wow, I don't know. Okay, so they did actually buy an AK or 2, so they've been able to trade over to that. But I mean, still 3 AWPs. That's pretty nutty.
Yeah, it's a thing we used to see back when the map was still in the pool. A lot of teams would do that when they've got money in the last round.
I know they used to do it with auto snipers as well, and just basically spam through those mid doors.
Something to Crick's just finding himself on the wrong side of the door there. Even if he was on the other side, he could have scarcely taken less damage. 25 HP left on him now, and he could be about to receive unwanted guests. Actually, if he receives a shot through the wall again.
That is going to be a lot of damage, and I can actually see the
yeah, that's some funny chat, guys.
Zip Zip has been able to spot the barrel, the gun there, and he's just going to duck away as well. But at least been able to bring it back into a 4v4. So Leetpro can still do this. I don't know if Spaz realizes that a player has been able to push past the short area, and I think he's actually done a little bit more. Tuckbook is going to find him out here, but he's going to find himself 2 frags here holding in this position. Very unlikely to normally find that many frags, but he has done so. It's all of a sudden a 3v2. Bomb has gone down, and Leetpro, amazing shot there by Tianki, and it's just Viking left alone in a 1v2.
He had an AWP shot, but he did get the kill. I don't think he's going to necessarily win here, but he does get the first, in fact, and 6 HP on Tuckbook. This could go well for Viking if he finds the timing here. Tuckbook is waiting for him to move, and he nearly catches him on the cross. He might be able to jump shoot him here as well. Oh, okay, he just jump shoot him in the end, but it almost went wrong there. 12-3 for Leetpro. xTc doing what they could do, but not doing enough. And I hope you guys enjoy my music kit, because that's what we're going to get subjected to because of the Panorama update.
Man, I love Panorama, but at the same time, I do hate it at times. But we do see the side switch happening after the half 12-3 to Leetpro, and now they've gone onto the CT side. If they continue playing like they did on an overpass CT, we could see this game ending very, very early, and we might all have a very early night on a Sunday.
Oh, look at this aggressive mid push here, and there's 2 players. Zip won't necessarily know it, but I think he would have heard the player close now. There's the flash for Tianki. A lot of aggression out of Leetpro. They just want to end this.
Yeah, there's a lot of aggression. Zippy's going to find one, but Tianki is going to at least trade out with the help of Zio there. Tianki tapping away again with that USP. So
Nice
he's going
kill
to
for
find more
Spaz.
frags here. All of a sudden, it's left in a 3v2.
And a 3v none, I think, is what's about to happen there. Slowly gets two. Spaz did get a knife kill, however, so bit of a cash injection if they want to go for maybe a hero AK or something like that. Well, not even really, because he's the guy with the money. You'd have to drop it over to somebody else if they want to go that route. But they are running out of rounds. They're running out of game. It's barely 10 past 9, and this is almost the second map done.
Yep, this is just outright dominance here from Leetpro, just showing what kind of a side they are and why they are feared at the moment in South Africa. I think with the addition of Takbok has done wonders for the side as slowly finds Viking. And with this SMG, Tianki is going to farm a little bit of money from out far.
There's some along control here for xTc, but they don't have smokes for the cross or anything. And one of the problems for them has been Zin not really getting much in the way of kills so far. He's only on 1 kill.
Yep. Tianki, a little bit tagged up. He's going to peek out wide with the MP9, going to find himself a frag as well as Slurry. And all of a sudden, it's left in a 1v4. And it's Crick left alone. It's going to be very difficult for him to do anything as Takbok just pushes through the flames, through the fire and the flames.
Tough questions being asked in chat. I'm still without power here in Pretoria East. What am I supposed to do now? You're going to have to watch something else, man. I guess I don't think this is going to be on for much longer, unfortunately. Oh, there we got another panorama issue where it's only showing the score on one side for some reason. That was happening last week as well. But there you go. Zin on 1 for 17. He's having a really tough game here, unfortunately. He looked good on the previous map, but here, struggling massively, as is the entire team.
Yeah, it really does seem to be a bit of a struggle here for xTc. Unfortunately, just not finding all their shots as well as they would like to, I think. And it's just a little bit of an issue for them. As Leetpro just taking advantage of this. Wow, Tianki has pushed all the way up pretty much into a T spawn at the moment. Zin has already found himself onto the A bomb site, and that's a bit of an issue, I think. All of a sudden, he is going to be burnt out, and he's going to be going into Goose. Tapping with that CZ, he does find the frag, and so does Viking. But Tianki is going to eventually trade out with Spaz. All of a sudden, it's back into a 3v3. Unfortunately, xTc only have got an SMG and 2 CZs to work with. I don't know if they've spotted it, and I think there we go.
Word. I was just going to say Bananas is actually above these other players. They also have control of the bomb, do the CT, so nothing here that xTc could do. It is map and match point, 15-3, and we could very well see a 16-3. I was expecting a much closer map than this, but Leetpro are just showing that they are leaps and bounds ahead of xTc at the moment in the South African pecking order.
Yeah, this is definitely not the xTc that we are used to seeing. I mean, especially back in leg 2 and 3, they were an incredibly dominant side. If I'm not mistaken, there was a couple of legs that they actually finished really high up, and we are going to see the typical B rush here. Tianki going to try to do as much as he can, but unfortunately, somehow the site still comes into hands here. So he is going to do what he can with that AWP, but the bomb is going to go down here.
Oh, that was ballsy.
It's a 3v2.
Slowy with the big kahunas there, gets himself a no-scope as well, and he knows where the last player is. Slowy knocking them all down. He's going for the audacious plays, and he's hitting absolutely everything. He ends on 25 kills and 12 deaths. The team wins 16-3, and that is absolutely emphatic. 16-3 on both maps here. And, well, I guess we're done pretty early, aren't we?
This is a very early night. I thought I was going to be here for a while. I was about to get coffee made for me, and it's only 9:15. So I've got plenty of time to go and still do other things. But yeah, just Leetpro running away with this game at the end of the day.
Yep, some steamrolling has happened, unfortunately. So that is that, folks. And I don't have a pre-prepared screen because I forgot that I'm on Panorama. So I'll just open one of my own tweets. You could look at a beautiful logo made by Boris from Game Nation. But we do...
Boris.
Yeah, Mr. Boris. We do appreciate you guys joining us. Not too much can be analyzed of that, unfortunately, with just the degree of pain that was dished out there by Leetpro. They are looking really good. They are looking like possibly the third or fourth best team in South Africa right now. And based on their recent performances on LAN as well, you wouldn't put it past them maybe being able to beat somebody like Big Five or Goliath in the near future.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the last land that they played on, they were taken up by Energy in that semi-final. So, I mean, definitely a team that can do a lot of upsets. And I think as we're nearing the finals of the VS Masters, we might actually see what Leetpro are capable of. And if they continue playing the way that they are, the way that they have been, we may actually see them possibly solidifying themselves, maybe not even just in the top 3, but possibly definitely a top 2 spot in the country.
Yeah, that could be where their future lies. We'll have to wait and see. Bold predictions, but maybe not wrong, maybe wrong. Who knows? When you analyze, it's like soothsaying. You never know. Hard to tell. But we do appreciate you guys joining us. I've been Extremes. With me is Penguin, the super sub, in for recoils. Unfortunately, he could make it. His computer broke.
Yeah, I pretty much every time now when you are casting Extremes, I think you actually are doing things to other people's PCs.
Yeah, this is true. You've helped me out like 3 times now, so I do appreciate it, Penguin. Always good casting with you. I appreciate you guys joining us, and look forward to more VS Masters probably sometime this week. Maybe if Recoils gets his machine fixed. Otherwise, I'll cast with Penguin. I'll cast with anyone. That's just how it works. Eh? I'll just cast with everybody, don't I?
The bicycle of casting.
The Village bicycle.
The Village bicycle.
Anyway, guys, have yourselves a wonderful evening. Enjoy your evening. I guess you've got more time than you thought, and so do I. Cheers.
Have a good one. Cheers.
I'm not so tired. I just feel the pressure of that thing that I have in mind. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I cannot just sit for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I knew that would be mine. When the windows are all closed, like a picture of the time when the future is the whole you're looking for. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something I can make in another day. 'Cause I